lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strada. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVP. So guys, I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share where this celebrity is actually receiving a lot of backlash for changing or for being racist towards a woman that looks like me. This celebrity goes as far as changing this lady's name to King Kong. I know what King Kong means. Guys, I'm just going to roll a clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
You're going to get a blood test, and the doctor's office writes King Kong on your blood test kit instead of your real name.
How do you misspell Kiera as Kong? That's insane.
Well, that is exactly what happened to Kiera King. She is claiming that while at Perlman Clinic in San Diego, California, this happened to her.
How could that be a mistake? Because this King, that's my last name, right? Karma would be my first name, correct?
A TikTok video that has garnered millions of views. You can see Kiera confronting the girls that work at the doctor's office, asking who wrote King Kong on her blood test tube kit.
Like, that's unacceptable. And even if it is a typo, which, like, if they want to pull that and say that that's what it was, how?
The woman responsible for writing this actually spoke to Kiera and told her she was typing really fast, and she low-key blamed it on autocorrect.
So one of the first things she should have done is she should have sued their asses. No talking, no confrontation. She should have just sued their asses. And I'm guessing that she probably doesn't know how to fill out a complaint by herself without a lawyer. Now, for the people who don't know me, my name is Wayne. I am a pro se litigator consultant, and I help people sue without an attorney by themselves. I sued a multi-million-dollar real estate company, and I won. If you want my help, you can go to the link in my bio. I'm not an attorney, I'm not your attorney, and we do not have an attorney-client relationship. But like I always say, there is somebody who needs to sue somebody or somebody who does sue somebody every single day, obviously. And these are $500,000 cases, $1 million cases, $2 million cases. People have literally filed lawsuits and gotten rich for less. Now, I am happy she actually has video evidence of this doctor giving his lame ass excuse about how they didn't know because of autocorrect and blah, blah, blah. Like, you should know from looking at a damn label that somebody's name is not King Kong. And so what this really calls into question is, what are some of these clinics and doctors doing on a day-to-day basis in their workplace when they don't get caught? And if you have a similar situation, I would highly recommend you sue their ass. Sue their motherfucking ass. If you have a situation where lawyers won't take your case, maybe you can't afford a lawyer. You need to go to the link in my bio and book a consultation with me, and I can see what I can do. But yeah, that woman, if she takes them to court, she's probably going to have a multi-million-dollar settlement. And it's just that easy. You might not see me again, so follow me.
I'm so glad y'all wrote King Kong on the side of my sample. Because I'm going to snatch this building up so fast, y'all going to be hanging off the side of it. Huh? I'm so glad y'all wrote King Kong on my goddamn sample. Because I'm going to snatch this building up so fast, y'all going to be hanging off the side of it. Y'all don't know what happened? Okay, TikTok family, listen to this. So, Kiera Kong, that's her name. Black woman, beautiful and young lady, went to the doctor's office to get a health checkup, got a sample done. Now, whoever this was that she was dealing with, one of the nurses, they said that they made a mistake, and on her sample, they wrote King Kong instead of Kiera Kong. Walk with me for a second, because the first question I got is, Kiera got 6 letters. Yeah, I did the math. King got 4. How did you mix that up? And ain't no auto type and autocorrect putting King instead of Kiera. Girl, try that somewhere else. So anyway, she wrote that right side on the sample. Kiera sees it while she's in the doctor's office. She tell the nurse who did do it, do you understand why this could be a problem? She over there clicking and snickering like it's not that big of a deal, or like it's kind of funny. Ho, you better be cool before I run upside your head and have you sitting next to me getting a health examination too. Huh? So she goes, so the lady, the nurse in there goes and gets the lady who actually did it. The lady who actually did it, you know she gonna try to come in there and say, oh, I went over with you and asked you was this correct? Oh, so now you playing my intelligence and you acting like I can't read. That's what you doing. Then Kiara walks up through the entire story of what they did. Now the girl don't remember having her check. And the girl said, oh, I was the one that checked it. I probably misspoke. Oh, no. I don't give a damn what you did. Huh? You better give me the bill of sale of this business because we about to own this thing. Huh? Mr. Crump, we need you on the main line right now because we got a business to uphold and maintain because apparently they ain't doing it right. Yes, and I got the name for the business right here. Pearlman Clinic out of San Diego, California. Strap your motherfucking bootstraps up because we going to goddamn court. Huh? I'm just here to bring y'all the news. Go find the story because Kiara is hot, y'all. I'm just the messenger.
To the woman whose blood test came back with the wrong label on it, and they changed her name to King Kong when her last name is Kong, and they just put King Kong like they couldn't spell Kiara. Better than me, because I would have tore that office up. First of all, the lady that did it is right there laughing and playing in your face. That's for one. I don't know who did it. It must have been a typo. You know who did it. You know who did it. I would have showed them who King Kong was today. I would have King Konged her in that doctor's office. See, they think they could just get away with just doing or portraying people how the fuck they want to. Sue for emotional distress. Sue them for something they playing in your face, and they probably have done it to other people. And or if she didn't do it, the person who did do it y'all was probably over there kiki laughing about it because you thought, okay, nobody was gonna see it. Why the fuck would you have King Kong on there like?
I went to that doctor's office and they labeled her sample as King Kong. You had the patience of a saint because I would have tore that office the fuck up. I'm telling you, when she came in there talking about she accidentally mistyped your name Kiara as Kong, I would have tossed that bitch from wall to wall. I'm telling you, I'd have Chris Browned her in that motherfucker because who is you playing with?
First of all, there's no way that you confuse Kiara for King Kong. That's crazy. For them to say they confused it, that's a deliberate attempt of calling you a monkey. Period. That's just what it is. At the end of the day, she should sue that office, report that person. If they're a medical assistant, whatever, if they are CMA, RMA, report them to their body of organization certification and then get them the hell out of that office. I would be putting pressure on that office, the doctor, everybody there. I would have gotten on the news, got the story on social media. I would have put full court press. Because you don't deserve to be operating as a doctor's office, a hospital, anything, if you're calling your black patients King Kong just because, you know what I'm saying, you guys are two different ethnicities. That's crazy. Especially to find out that you're not even a white American and you're a foreigner. That's crazy. In this time, in this political standpoint, you really being racial at this point is crazy. Because if it was me, I'm gonna call ICE on you. Just to be petty. Just to be petty, disrespectful you are to me. I'd be petty. I'll be calling ICE and I'm gonna say that whole office, I don't think they're supposed to be working there. I think they're illegal. I think they're working past their work visa. And I bet you they'll find something to find that office. They'll find something to reprimand you for. Because let's keep that 100. Because there ain't no reason to be calling nobody's blood sample King Kong. First of all, if you label the specimen King Kong, how does the result go back to the right patient file? That's the question that comes to mind. How does it come back to the right file? Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. It's wrong. It's offensive. And I hope that person loses their job and their certification and licensing because they don't need to be working in healthcare at all.
That girl that went to that doctor.
Pe.Pe, please tell me y'all seen that video come down y'all FYP of the black lady that went to the doctor and she happened to look at her sample. Her sample says King Kong. Baby, you have so much strength. I commend you, because I would have acted a King Kong fool up in there. And then the way that she tried to gaslight you, like y'all looked over it, but then she went to say y'all didn't look over it. And oh, if you want to report me. But first, I swear, it sounded like the same lady that was initially in the room. And she was like, oh my God, how did this happen? It sounded like the same person. But then she want to go out and go get somebody and come back in and try to gaslight you. Like, baby, the way you held restraint up in there and you was really classy. Me, on the other hand, Lord Jesus, King Kong wouldn't have had shit on me. And then I even went over to Google. I even went into my text messages to see how you can mistake Kiera for Kong, because her last name is King, so King went first on the sample and then Kong at the end. My phone wouldn't even autocorrect Kiera to Kong. Like, baby, yeah, the way they starting to show their ass. Pe.Pe, please.
Now here's the scenario, right? You're going to the doctors, routine checkup. They tell you, oh man, we have to do blood work, yada yada yada. You go in the room where they draw your blood, and this is on your blood vial. King Kong. And mind you, she's a black woman at that. King Kong. Her name is Kiera King. How do you get Kong from Kiera? Blatant racism. There's no way in hell you mixed up Kong with Kiera. And then in her video, she confronted the lady that was going to draw her blood. And the lady kind of didn't seem like shocked or apologetic. She apologized, obviously. But it's just like, she was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm so sorry that happened. Oh my God. Like, and the girl in the video is livid. Rightfully so. Printing King Kong on a black woman's blood vial in a place where you're supposed to feel safe. They have all your information. You get what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
Hey y'all, hey. I had to come on here and ask y'all if y'all heard about this. About the sister that went to a clinic in San Diego. I think it's called Perelman Clinic or Perelman. I think it's Perelman, Perlman Clinic in San Diego. A sister went to the clinic, and it was all these people working there. Anyway, I guess she had to get some blood drawn, and her name is Kiera King. Why did they put on her the vial of the blood that she was having drawn? They put on their King Kong, and then gonna try to gaslight her and tell her that it was a mistake. And the bitch gonna come in there talking about well, I typed really fast and it was a mistake. First, the first girl that came in there gonna say she apologized or whatever, and was like because the sister wasn't holding back, and she was like, I'm on fire right now. She was like, because how could you make that mistake? I'm a black woman. My last name is King. And then you gonna put King Kong on the vial? How do you mistakenly put that? And my first name is Kiera. And so she was like, well, if you like to make a report, she was like, yeah, I want to make a report, but they ain't gonna do shit. But she said she wanted to make a report and whatnot. And she said, go find the person who put this on this vial. Go find them and bring them to me. And so she goes and gets the bitch, and she comes in there and with attitude. Well, if you want to make a report, you can make a report, but it was a mistake. And then she gonna tell the girl that she had checked, talking about, we checked the name on the vial. We checked the name on the vial together. She was like, you a damn lie. We didn't check the name. And she was like, you may have checked it, but we didn't check it. And she was like, and if you checked it, why didn't you catch she was like, why didn't you catch the mistake? If it was a mistake, why didn't you catch it if you checked it? And she was like, I type really fast and blah, blah, this, that, and the other. She said, but you said you checked it. So she was like, this is unacceptable. She said, I want to make a report. And the girl got kind of indignant with her. They always trying to gaslight her or whatever. And then they gonna come out, the company gonna come out in the end with a statement online somewhere saying that, with the usual apology that they usually make, all them people make, they make that same apology that don't mean shit. I hope that girl gets a lawyer and sue them for discrimination or whatever it is that civil rights, whatever it is, she need to sue them. And I was like sitting there watching, and I'm like, how would I have handled that? Because the Aries in me probably would have straight popped off. I probably would have beat everybody up in the doggone clinic. Cause what? Boy, I'm telling you, man, ever since that man got in office, these people are coming out the closet, which I love, because you ain't gotta hide. Let us see who you are, who you really are. But man, that was so... Oh, she said she was on fire. I was on fire watching it, y'all. Cause, child, Perlman Clinic in San Diego, y'all. Find them and spam them some type of way, because that's just so unacceptable. I can't even. All right, y'all. I'm going to bed. Peace out.
Baby, I salute that girl who was in that clinic when they typed her name wrong and put it as King Kong. I salute her because she held her composure so good. She was so respectful, even though she knew they was playing in her face. One thing I don't like is to be lied to. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know if I'm too deep off in TikTok street, so y'all on the same street as me, but it was a girl had went to the clinic. Her name was Kiara King, but on her paperwork, like on her little tube thing for like blood and stuff like that, they put King Kong. And when she said something about they was trying to act like, oh, I was just typing real fast. I asked you, was everything on it correct? And the girl like, no, you didn't ask me anything. You didn't ask me to overlook. You didn't ask me to verify if any of my information was wrong. But the girl's constantly like trying to like go back and forth with her and play in her face. And she did not get mad. She kept her composure, and she was still letting them know like none of that happened. Like, y'all spelled my name wrong. And even if it was a typo, like, why not go back and fix it? And they still trying to justify. And it be like, it sucks that so many times stuff be happening to colored people. People always trying to act like we over dramatic or we just doing too much, when like people really be...
I love this. This is highly unaccepted. Like, this is reasons to the highest score. Okay, let's just take for instance that the whatsoever that took her samples and all of that made a mistake. What is the relationship between Sierra? Like, what is what like this? Like, oh my god! The more I just want to like, okay, maybe she made a mistake. Let's just give her a benefit of doubt. The more you can't even see the similarities. King Kong, Kiara, and King. How is it even like, even if you want to make a mistake of Kiara Kong, King Kong, maybe these guys was actually, having fun. They decided to do that and they forgot to remove it. And this is how karma caught up with them. And the thing is that I feel so uncomfortable with such lab. I feel so uncomfortable with such, as someone that looks like me, patronizing or going into such lab. Because that means if they can do that with your name, what makes you think that you can depend on them with all of your medical history? You can't depend on them. If they can go as far as being ray and cis towards your name, what makes you think that they won't be ray and cis towards your samples or your medical whatsoever? Like, these people really need their own medical license to be taken off. And that is just it. This is not a joking matter. This This is not something that's, oh, we are having fun. You are taking it too unlikely. Oh, it's not what you think. This is what you think. They know exactly what they are doing. And the thing is that when this lady was asking, what is happening? Why is my name changed? And the lady in question was like, she was pretending as if she don't know what is going on. And the way as which she is sounding, as if she's the one that committed the offense. Like, seriously, how can you play with something so serious? How can you actually do something like that and you want people to trust you with all of their medical histories? Like, this is just a sign. I think this is just a sign with all of the reparation, with all of the things going on. It's a sign for people that looks like me to invest more in the medical field. Like, in the medicals, like, people find a lot of rare and cis in the medicals. And that is why, as a black person, as a professional, whatever you're doing, like, if you want to be into this medical field, like, I think it's a very good idea. Because for someone to actually go as far as to do this with your name, that person needs not to be trusted with any of your medical history. This person might alter anything just to prove a point. This person might even tell you something that you like. This actually reminds me of something. This lady, lost last year. She is a mother of one son, a black lady with a husband, and she has been having this issue with her menstruation. You know, she's been having that issue. She goes to the doctor, and they tell her that, oh, it's normal, just go home. This is how she's been going to the doctor complaining, and they will tell her that it's normal, it's fibroid or something that they need to shrink it or whatsoever. And this has been going on for like years, up to 5 to 6 years. But something in her, or I think she said her husband, was like, why not them just change another hospital to, because this has always been their hospital. So they decided to try something else outside their city. They decided to meet a black doctor. This is where this lady discovered that she has this is cervical cancer, and the cancer has actually gotten to the stage, the final stage. But this was the same cancer. If it was found out early, it might actually be prevented. But when they already find out, it's already late. And this is how this lady have to leave her husband and her 4-year-old son. Now, this brings me back to something like this. For these people to joke around with something as your name, they can never be trusted with your health. They cannot be trusted to administer any form of medication to you because they might alter it. People with cis, they can do anything to prove a point. And I try as much as I can to stay very, very far away from people like this because they don't like you. They don't like you. And there is nothing you can do to change that about them. They can go to any length to prove a point to satisfy themselves. Like, we have seen so many videos of so many racists people just want to satisfy themselves, even at the essence or at the expense of losing their job. So if they can go as far as to prove a point to show the level of racists, even if they don't mind losing their job, what makes you think that changing your name from Kiara Kong to King Kong, that wouldn't push them to alter any of your medical history? Like, seriously, this is just it. This kind of people need to be avoided. and her medical whatsoever license need to be taken up, because this is not funny. This is not funny. This is someone's livelihood. This is someone's life, someone's health you're talking about. So if you can joke around with something as little as this, what makes people think that they cannot joke around with something so serious? Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.